can't stand it. Let's move this upstairs. Let me take these two hands, run through your hair. All these things I wanna do are running through my head. Leave your dress in the hall, rip the sheets off the bed. I seen a California sunset, I seen the hills in Tennessee, I seen the beaches down in Florida, I seen the Georgia Everglades, I seen a blue sky in Kentucky, I seen Colorado Springs, but none of those things are pretty as you. No, they ain't, baby. I seen a California sunset, I seen the hills in Tennessee, I seen the beaches down in Florida, I seen Georgia Everglades, I seen a blue sky in Kentucky, I seen Colorado Springs, but none of those things are pretty as you. Girl, none of those things are pretty as you. No. Baby, let your hair down and let's stay on the couch. Put your head on my chest and don't make a sound. We can turn off the phone, forget about the world. 'Cause there ain't one damn thing in it that compares to you, girl. I seen a California sunset, I seen the hills in Tennessee, I seen the beaches down in Florida, I seen the Georgia Everglades, I seen a blue sky in Kentucky, I seen Colorado Springs, but none of those things are pretty as you. Girl, I can't stand it. Let's move this upstairs. Let me take these two hands, run through your hair. All these things I wanna do are running through my head. Leave your dress in the hall, rip the sheets off the bed. I seen a California sunset, I seen the hills in Tennessee, I seen the beaches down in Florida, I seen the Georgia Everglades, I seen a blue sky in Kentucky, I seen Colorado Springs, but none of those things are pretty as you. No, they ain't, baby. I seen a California sunset. FretJob, FretJob, gotta get it in for FretJob. Turn it up on the volume knob. It's time to tune in to the FretJob.
What's up, pickers and grinners? Welcome to the FretJob. The FretJob is a live video podcast where we dig into the bones of the guitar world, and our discussions touch on pretty much anything with strings or anything that makes music. The FretJob is broadcasted live from Frizzell Guitars, located at 816 Stanford Road in Danville, Kentucky. Frizzell Guitars is Kentucky's premier guitar store and full-service luthier shop. Now I'm going to hand it over to my distinguished co-host, the owner and professional luthier at Frizzell Guitars, Mr. Brandon Edwards.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the FretJob. My name is Brandon Edwards. I'm the professional luthier and owner here at Frizzell Guitars. How's everybody doing today? Let me take a moment to introduce my host here, Jonathan McWhorter. Real estate connoisseur, one of the baddest guys to ever blow on a harp. And I'll tell you this, he is a picking and grinning every time I see him. And, before we move on to this next part, I had the blessing to get to know to watch a video of him, his brother-in-law, and his father-in-law, and let me tell you, it moved me.
Well, it moved us, man. We had a blast the other night jamming.
And if you like what you see, make sure you share today's live episode so everybody can tune in. Let's pack the house. We got a little treat for you, me and Jonathan.
Yeah. I about forgot about it, man. We ain't done this in a while.
How about that mic volume now, fellas?
Yeah, I think we do. About out of breath, guys. Brandon done left me hanging. Yeah, man, I don't have that much air, buddy.
What's up, everybody? Sorry, somebody snuck in on me.
About ran me out of breath, man. Anyway, that was fun.
Yeah, I gave you a little play. Sorry, somebody.
It's all good, man. We had fun in here while you were gone. Anyhow, this episode today, we are going to talk about electric guitars. You have anything else you want to hit before we go on into that?
I think the main thing that I would love to touch on is let's tell everybody about open mic. You want to give that an introduction?
Yeah, you all tonight at Mi Pueblo #2, the taqueria restaurant there in Danville. It's over there where Shoney's used to be on Danville Bypass. Tonight at 7 p.m. Frizzell Guitars, DJ Frizzell, I guess he is now. DJ Frizzell is going to have open mic night. You guys need to get out there. I think he's done 2 so far. He's had some really killer artists show up and jam. He's had some of the classics that you all know from around here, and he's actually had Ava C out there, who is an awesome musician that's just really getting started, but man, it's like she hit the ground running. Brad Harden showed up out there and jammed with them. So, guys, you never know who you might see, and you never know. You might want to get up there and jam yourself, so show up.
Jonathan, you want to answer Pointy L's question?
What is better, electric guitars or electric acoustic guitars? Well, that's a question that really nobody can answer for anyone else. For me, I'm an acoustic guy. I love acoustic guitars. It's just the type of music that I play lends itself to acoustic guitars. So, but Brandon, he plays electric a lot. He loves acoustic, but he plays electric equally as much. So, it's kind of a preference thing.
All right, so we're going to talk about thy electric guitar.
Thy.
Yeah, so we make it all fancy up here. So we're going to start off. We're going to take it back to 1921. Everything was cool. Roaring 20s going on.
We got a timeline.
Yeah, we got the Roaring 20s going on. We got the frying pan. It was all metal. The first electric guitar made by Rickenbacker. Rickenbacker made the first. It was called the frying pan because it looked like a frying pan.
Yeah. Yeah, and Rickenbacker, man, that's always been that elusive guitar that it always said call for price when I was a kid in like the AMS catalogs. It would always say call for price. It would never have it on there. And I always just thought, man, that's the rich guy's guitar.
The National Guitar Company, which was George B. Camp, helped with that, and they called it Rickenbacker. It was a frying pan.
Yeah, but I like that company, man. They make some cool guitars. I've always heard a story from my father-in-law, Richard, telling me about a Rickenbacker that he had that was it had a lever on it. It would go 6 strings or 12 strings. It would like drop down some of the strings. Anyway, just little fun fact.
So the first Gibson production electric guitar, if I'm not mistaken, was 1936, and it was the ES-150.
Gibson electric guitars, that's another thing, man. If you go back, I've got a 1996 AMS catalog that I carried around like a little wish book when I was a kid. And if you go through it, there's certain guitars circled in it. And those are the guitars that I would like dream of getting for Christmas. And I always had a 335 circled, and I always had a Les Paul circled.
All right, so you heard my Les Paul. I mean, it rocked there, and the boys, we try to go on it. So there's many different things. So Gibson come out with the ES, the electric Spanish, electric Hawaiian guitars. That was big for a while. The first solid body guitar was invented by Les Paul. It was called the Les Paul Log.
Yeah, and you're right, Colby. Acoustic guitar and electric guitar, they are kind of like totally different instruments. You're right.
The Gibson Les Paul debuted in 1952 by Ted McCarty. It was a gold top with a trapeze tailpiece and 2 P90s.
Yeah. Yeah, and I like some of like the old L5s and stuff like that. I love those type of guitars. Um, D'Angelico, that was a big hollow body guitar that was super nice. Anyway, you've kind of got your Gibson guys out there that like Les Pauls and semi hollow bodies, and then you've got your die hard Fender guys out there,
And
and
by
they
the
want
way,
a
yeah,
Strat, and then you break it up into two categories in Fender. You've got your Strat guys, which if I played electric guitar a lot, I would probably play a Strat mostly. I've owned a couple Strats, but and then you got your Telly guys and Tellys are. We were talking about this the other day in the shop. Tellys are becoming more prevalent among artists other than country artists now.
and here's something like Jim Root or of Slipknot and stuff like that. Here's something else I'll mention. So Fender Musical Company started in 1946. Hey, April. 1946 by Leo Fender. And 1951, the P bass was introduced.
Yeah. Now that's something I don't have a lot of experience with is bass guitar, but man, to me when I say electric guitar and I picture something in my mind, I picture a Strat.
Yes. And by the way, speaking of Strat, it was introduced in 1954.
1954.
1954 on the Stratocaster.
And like for that bluesy tone, I mean, I love like that bell tone that it almost sounds like a ringing a bell or almost has a piano like quality to it. I love that sound that comes from a Strat. I like lace pickups, lace sensors. I like those lace gold pickups, the sound of them. But yeah, man. And then you can get that more twanginess out of the Tellys, and a lot of people around here love Tellys.
Yeah.
You all right?
Sure, yeah, sure. I was reading. Don't I? Yeah, okay, I see. That is there. Sorry,
we're going to do this show today or what?
Yeah, we're going to do this show today. I guess he gets a chance to pick at me now since I pick at him.
I thought I lost you there for a minute.
No, you didn't lose me. I was just reading something. So I just got notes here for today's podcast. So yeah, so we're talking about Fender for a little bit. If I'm not mistaken, it was 1965. Fender sold a CBS company.
Yeah, that was the Japanese era.
Well, not only Japanese, they sold to CBS. They were making all that. So I think the quality of that stuff. I'll see how it is, April. Get it together, okay. But yeah. So Fender's radio service started in Fullerton, California in 1938. So Leo Fender invented the bolt-on neck.
Yeah. Which made life so much easier for people that wanted to build electric guitars.
Yeah, for sure.
And it made it to where you could, it just made your guitar more serviceable too. I mean.
Yes.
But yeah, I would be a Fender guy probably if I got back into electric guitars. I'd probably try to get me a cool Strat or something.
Yeah, so I mean.
I can't afford a Gibson like Brandon.
So they sold for $13 million a Fender.
Wow. So what's your opinion on like G&L guitars?
So that's still made in Fullerton, California. I think they're really nice. So that stands for George Fullerton and Leo Fender.
Yeah, yeah. I like the looks of
thank you, Santiago.
I like the looks of the G&Ls. And then there's these other brands out there that and there's a lot of people that play them like Dean and ESP and
stuff like that. I'm not saying they're bad, but we'll talk about all that stuff too in there. But we're going to talk about the Titans. So now we're going to talk about another Titan here. It's my favorite. I played one this morning, Gibson. So
yeah.
Gibson's a company. They had many great inventions. They had it was started by Orville Gibson in Kalamazoo, Michigan. It was called the Gibson Banjo and Mandolin Company. They built banjos, mandolins, and all that stuff. And I mean, Gibson really pioneered the way, just like Fender. They both pioneered the way for modern electric guitars. They really pioneered the way.
And some of the most famous images in music, they have Gibson in them. Like you see a picture of Robert Johnson. You're talking about somebody that's extremely important to music. You see a picture of him, and what's he got in his hand? It's either a Gibson or it's a Kalamazoo. And
hey, what's going on, Mr. Richard? We enjoyed your video the other night. I did, of you playing. Very talented. And happy belated birthday to you.
Absolutely.
So
I hope he's able to watch us today.
He's on here now.
Yeah. But anyway, Gibson, I know it's near and dear to your heart.
All right, everybody. Yeah, for sure.
So let me ask you a question. If you
Go
could
ahead.
have any Gibson in the world, any Gibson guitar, what would you get? Do you already have it?
No. If I could have any Gibson guitar in the world, how many do I get? One or two? Just one?
One. I'm talking about one.
This is a very hard decision. It's either going to be a toss-up from a 59 Les Paul or a vintage J200 or a new J200. That's going to be the toss-up. Man, there's so many great Gibson guitars. I love them all.
I'd love to have a J200 Rosewood. No cutaway.
Yes. Oh, man. That's like guitar porn over here.
I love that guitar. And you know what? I've only picked one up for just a couple times, man, but it's just, I don't know. There's something about that guitar that I really like.
Santiago, what is your favorite guitar?
Santiago.
What is your favorite electric? Santiago, what is your favorite? Yeah, okay. Heck yeah. Y'all going to bid work in Lexington, Chet Atkins, Super 400. Okay.
Super 400, yeah. Them Chet Atkins guitars, man. There's a cult following of Chet Atkins related guitars.
Yeah, for sure. So, y'all wish Richard happy birthday in the chat. I'll sing happy birthday to him. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Richard. Come on. Happy birthday. Come on, join in the last line.
To you. All right.
Yeah, so, I mean, and Pointy, for somebody that's just wanting to get into music, what is your opinion? Pointy's just kind of wanting to get into that guitar point and that range. What's your thoughts?
If I was just wanting to get into guitar, I would recommend getting a decent electric guitar or just a decent acoustic guitar. I wouldn't go with the cheap of the cheap, though. I mean, I would get something that was at least decent. I'd go somewhere like Frizzell Guitars, and I'd have somebody like Brandon, kind of help me look through some stuff and pick out something that'd be good for a beginner, because he gives lessons too, so,
Yeah, for sure. So I was reading the comments.
I know sometimes I think you're gone.
No, I'm just reading comments. Sorry. There's a lot of comments. I'm trying to catch up.
Yeah, I see that. Oh, give me a Slash signed guitar. Sure. I'd love to have
Richard,
a Slash signed guitar.
You were so right. Mexican Strat are best for the money. And I'm going to be honest with you. I have played...
They are nice guitars, the Mexican ones are.
I played some Mexicans that have played better than USA Fenders. I'll just tell you right now.
Yeah.
I have that play better.
Justin had a made in Mexico telly that was super nice, man.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that was incredible.
That's I'm glad he said that, because that is a good one for the person that's asking about a starting out in guitar. A made in Mexico Fender of either variety would be a good option for a beginner.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's incredibly great. There's so many different things when we talk about electric guitar. We're going to touch,
My first one, I'll tell you my first one. I've said it before. My very first electric guitar came out of a JCPenney Christmas catalog. It was a Harmony Stratocaster copy. I mean, and to me, it was about like having a made in Mexico Strat,
and
or
I'll tell you this.
Squire, maybe.
Well, okay, now you opened up a can of worms, and I'm gonna feed them. So here's what we're talking about. You mentioned harmony. So back in the 50s and the 60s, we have the Chicago Musical Factory, Chicago Musical Company in Chicago. They're making K's, harmonies. They're making Silvertone. They're making all that stuff you would see in the Sears catalog.
Yeah. And those are, people love those guitars now.
Yes. 100, 200%. Those are incredible.
Yeah, I've never played K, but I've played a couple different harmonies, man, and I believe it was Richard that had a green harmony Strat copy, if I'm not mistaken, or we thought for sure that it was a harmony. It didn't have a label on it, I don't think, but man, it was a nice guitar.
And then we got the 70s where they were copying everything, like Tyscos and all that stuff, Stellas. I mean,
yeah, and I like Stella guitars though. I like some of the old Stella acoustics.
I like some of that old like archtop stuff.
I like the Waterloo copy of an old Stella.
Okay, here's something we're going to talk about. So we're going to bring it in. I'm going to talk to you all. Let's talk about hollow bodies for a minute. Let's talk about 335, Super 400s. Let's talk about you mentioned Chet Atkins, Gretsch, Electromatic.
It's that guitar that you think's going to be really heavy when you pick it up. And it feels really light.
Yes.
I like hollow bodies. I've never owned one. I haven't played many. Washburn, they make some cool looking hollow bodies that are like the Gibsons, but
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Epiphone. Let's talk about that. Epiphone makes some pretty slapping guitars, and especially here lately. Tanglewood, Donald Matherly. Tanglewood is acoustic is a neat guitar. There's a lot of neat guitars out there that you'll be surprised with.
Tanglewood to me is a lot like it's similar to like an Eastman or something. It's an Asian guitar, and they make a solid wood guitar, and so it is a good option for somebody that's looking for solid wood at a reasonable price. And he's gone. Guys, we'll be right back. Sorry about it. He's got to take care of some customers. Give us 2 minutes. I'll just hang out. Oh, he's back. All right.
He was wanting to know if my car is extended warranty.
Oh, yeah, your extended warranty, man.
And it came up as a number I recognized, so that's why I took it. Yeah, it's like this car extended warranty. But okay,
yeah, so. Rick, that's what I was talking about a minute ago, that Japanese Harmony Strat you had. I remember it.
And
it was awesome.
Yeah, so Donald, what's your favorite electric guitar? Tell us what's your favorite. And Donald, he's a new face. Welcome him to the FretJob. We're glad y'all hanging out with us today, man. This is fun. We love having y'all
Kobe
here.
just bought a 335. Yeah, that is a super value.
That is great. I love those things, man. So I played a 335 figured red Epiphone, and I love 335s in general. I'll never forget when I was working at the custom shop. I played the first 335 custom shop, man, Anna and I, and it was all set up. With the block inlays. You don't even know.
You know the one I like out of the hollow bodies? It's the 137. I like the one that's got the sharp cutaway on it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's got the Florentine cutaway.
Yes. I'll tell you what else I really, really like. We'll talk about that. Guys like Chuck Berry and stuff like that have really pioneered that guitar. Like the 335 and the 335 stereo. Chuck Berry, B.B. King, all those people really pioneered the guitar.
Yeah, Lucille.
Lucille's, great.
Yeah. Yeah, that was one of the black Lucille type 335. I always checked those out, man, when I was a kid in the catalogs. And then the Black Beauty, the Les Paul Black Beauty, the triple pickup. I always thought that would be the ultimate back then.
This thing here is like, so I'll give you a little play on this thing. I love it. So we're talking about guitars.
You're not plugged up. There we go.
Sorry, it's off, so.
Still off.
I know it is. It's tubes. You got to warm up.
Oh, yeah. Got to warm them things up. Anyway. Yeah, there we go. The fingerboard on that guitar is like butter, man. So let me ask you something. Speaking of fingerboards, Brandon.
Yeah, go ahead.
So in like a Strat or a Telly, what's your thoughts on a maple fingerboard?
I mean, I like a flame maple board. I'm not a crazy maple guy.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about just the feel of it. Because there's a difference. You know, I had a Godin that had a maple fingerboard, man, and it seems like the maple is a faster fingerboard.
It can be.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Maple is the fastest, Richard. Super slick. Anyhow.
I mean, it's just so fun. I mean, there's so many versatile things with the electric guitar.
So you said Titans. So in your opinion, what's the other Titan? Is there any more Titans of the electric guitar outside of Gibson Fender to you?
Yeah, Gretsch.
Gretsch, yeah.
Gretsch is up there. And here's another one I'm going to mention that I think is that can be up there. You know, you've got Fender, you've got Gibson, you've got all that. I think Ibanez is up there.
Ibanez, I've never played any of their high-end stuff.
It's not up there, but I mean...
They've got some up there stuff. Like, if you get into, like, the Satriani and...
Paul Ferro was good, too.
Yes, Pale Ferro. That's what Stevie Ray Vaughan, his signature guitar, that's what it's got on it. Similar to Rosewood. I've been seeing acoustics that the back and sides are made out of it. Anyhow, I'd like to have one of those Gretsch, like the old Billy Gibbons Gretsch.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that thing, man.
We forgot to mention an iconic guitar.
What's that?
We forgot to mention the SG.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never had an SG, but they make some cool ones like the SG Supreme. That's all flame top and stuff. But when you think of an SG, you think of that straight up cherry.
Yeah, aniline dyed cherry, or you think of black, you think of AC/DC, Angus Young.
Yeah. I like an SG. And that's what the last couple times I've saw Billy Gibbons play, he was playing a Gibson SG. Man, I'm a ZZ Top fan. They came over to the Norton Center. They've been there before, and I missed it, man. I wish I'd have known they were coming.
I'm probably playing that wrong. I don't remember. So
tell us some luthier stuff about that pertains to electric guitar. Like give us a rundown
wood
on.
Is mahogany it's common mahogany, maple.
What about pickups? Give us a rundown of like a humbucker versus a single coils in your electric guitar.
We're going to do a better debate of that later on down the road. But for now, We're going to be talking about single coils. I mean, it just depends on what tone you want. You want that creamy tone? You want that fatty tone? It all depends. How much winds it has? You want to have your beat?
Well, let's just do it pertaining to types of music. So, like, say you're a metal guitar player. What do you want? If you're a metal guitar player, what pickup configuration are you likely to?
You're probably going to want to go with some active EMG, something really hot, really dark and heavy.
Okay. Now, if you're going to play blues, what are you going to get?
You maybe want some JBs, some Seymour Duncan JBs, or some creamy Fender Texas Specials in your Strat. You know?
I like Texas Specials, man. That's what I had in mine. Now, does that guitar there have a chambered body?
No. No, they don't do that anymore. You can buy a chamber body Les Pauls, but now they've done away with it. It's just a 50s or 60s standard, all hand-wired, no chamberedness. If you want all that stuff, you can buy what's called a Les Paul Modern. It has all that stuff on it. But this is no chamber, no nothing.
Well, why did they do that? Why did they do a chamber?
They just did that because they were trying to cut back costs. They were just trying to cut back.
Weight?
No, not necessarily weight. Just the previous owner and CEO was just trying to run the company. He was just trying to do things that were not ethical. Well, that's a debate we'll get into a whole nother time. You're barking up a tree. That is, we'll talk about on a later episode.
Oh, I know you're opinionated.
It ain't opinionated. It's just what actually happened. Like, there's a lot of stuff, and I'll talk about that in a later episode. We'll talk about that.
So explain to me the type of neck joint that a Les Paul has compared to,
It has a set neck joint compared to.
Well, that's what I know. That I knew that it had a set neck joint, but kind of tell us, not everybody's going to be up on that. Tell us kind of the difference in like a set neck versus a bolt-on versus like a neck through.
Well, you can adjust the action easier on a bolt-on sometimes, and it's just different various things. Set neck, you got to have the proper neck angle, all that fun stuff.
Does Gibson make any neck throughs or bolt-on neck guitars?
No, but I think they did make a neck through once.
Really? Okay.
Colby says the main thing with metal is high output for maximum harmonics.
Right. High output for maximum harmonics.
Yeah, so I mean that's
what you put in, like when the guitar you built for Brad Harden, you put active EMGs in it, right?
81s and 85s. I put Zakk Wylde signature pickups.
And that's kind of probably a little uncommon for a country artist to request that, right?
Yeah, Firebird's neck through with the two wings.
Yeah. Yeah, I dig the Firebird.
Jonathan, we need to get you an electric guitar for your arsenal.
Yeah. Every time I get one, I sell it, man.
Yeah. He's an acoustic guy, so you got Dean, you got several different Hackstorm. You got a lot of different other electric brands, You've got Frizzell electric guitars.
Yeah. And there's also some brands out there that are really, in my opinion, doing some cool stuff, like Reverend. I like those, man. You can go out and buy a Reverend guitar that's got some pretty high-end bells and whistles on it for a reasonable price. I'm digging them, man. I've picked a couple up in stores, and I was impressed.
Yeah, Samnick.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, Justin had a Samnick.
Pointy, you can set up some lessons,
yeah,
maybe.
Look at Richard Poole. He says he got a killer from me and never played it, LOL. That's the USA special Strat I had with the Texas Specials in it. Yeah, I never played it. I even had an awesome Gins-Benz El Diablo amp that was Pinto Triode, 30 or 60 watts. It was awesome, man. But I never played it. It's like I can't sit around and play electric guitar by myself. You know what I mean? And that's what I was doing.
What?
You putting on a concert or are we podcasting?
We're doing both.
I know.
It's the electric guitar, man. When you have an electric guitar in your hand,
It's electric
man,
guitar. I have to play.
it's like so hard when you have this like electric guitar in front of you, especially a Les Paul Standard.
I know, but I have such a hard time keeping your attention.
Yes. When he gets an acoustic, he's the same way.
Yeah, I am.
Need a
Let's
loop pedal on
see.
the backtrack, or a friend.
Or a friend when you jam electric. Yes. Yeah, I think so too, man. I needed something because I just get bored with it so fast, man. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just my love for acoustic guitar. I mean, I love everything about acoustic guitar.
All right. So I'm gonna unveil a new segment out here right now as we speak, since we're talking about electric guitars.
Yeah,
I'm
no
gonna play-
curveballs or nothing.
No, it ain't a curveball. Okay, so we're gonna have you guys. I'm gonna play an iconic riff, and you guys are on that was on electric guitar, and you guys are gonna tell me the name of the song. And Jonathan, you don't get to answer unless nobody answers in the audience.
And then I can get it wrong.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see here. We'll go easy. All right. That was your iconic riff. All right. Sweet Child, Kobe Conley got it. Thank you, Richard, for saying that.
Yeah, appreciate that, man.
All right, we're going to take off in the next one here. So... all right. I'm sure I'm probably not playing this 100%. It's been a while since I played some of these, so I'm just giving you a rough play. So, you know that one, John?
I'm blank. I'm waiting on Kobe.
Well, if I don't drop my headphones off.
You already did that.
All right, we're going to go ahead.
I told you I'm blank.
ZZ Top. What ZZ
Yeah.
Top?
Yeah. Hey, I got a pop quiz question for you.
Okay, what's your pop quiz question?
Pop quiz. And anybody can answer this. If Richard is still watching this, he will know the answer to this. What electric guitar brand did Jerry Garcia play most of the time? They made a lot of guitars for him.
Richard or Colby? I'm going to have to...
Come on, Rick. Jerry Garcia, what'd he play? I mean, he played a lot of things, but he definitely played this.
Gary Garcia probably even once... Nah. I was going to make a joke there, but...
In a pouch. Remember that? Jerry Garcia in a pouch?
Yes.
All right. I'll give you the answer. It's an obscure name. Allenbeck. You ever heard of an Allenbeck?
I have not.
There's an Allenbeck, Brandon. Anyhow, I'm so happy to have this book, man. This book right here, I have learned so much out of this book right here. After somebody left it at my house 15 years ago, I have cherished this book. Yeah, a lot of people haven't heard of Allenbeck Colby. They're kind of an obscure brand. I think they were around for a long time, but they were super expensive. You know, Jerry Garcia, he was kind of an eccentric guy. So,
All right, did you all know that riff?
doo-doo-doo. I know it. It's a classic, but I'm not good with song titles, man. I never have been.
Richard forgot about it, so you reminded him.
Aha. Yeah, he had this same book sitting around at his house forever, and then it ended up down here at my house. It actually belonged to Robbie.
And you can thank him for that jam track, by the way, guys.
Yeah,
and Dave Stromfield for the intro music, and Brad Harden, Pretty As You, for the starting soon.
And then when we did our harmonica jam, that was a backing track provided by Robert Bodner. Excellent musician too.
And did you ever guess that riff?
I didn't.
You want to give it a shot?
Is it a Van Halen tune?
No, it was Allman Brothers tune.
Oh, Allman Brothers tune. Okay, yeah.
You ready for me to give it to you?
Yeah.
Jessica,
yeah. Oh, I've heard it a million times. I've heard that riff. Man, it is pouring down out there, it sounds like. I don't have a window in this room, but I mean, it sounds like a roar on my tin roof here.
All right, so I'm gonna play one more riff here, and then after that, we'll tell you about what's coming up for special next week, because we're cooking up something great for next week.
Yeah, it's been a while since we had anything special. It's special to us every time, but it's been a while since we had a special episode, and we're gonna throw one out next week if we can pull it together.
You know that one?
Mm-mm. Tiger.
So, one more time on the riff, and then I'll give it to you.
Tiger was nine.
It was Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
My crappily played version.
It's not crappy. That guitar sounds good no matter what note you're hitting. The bad notes are free, right? Anyway,
yes.
tell us what we got. Tell them what we got for next week, or what we're trying to cook up for next week.
What we're cooking up for next week, we've got a guy that has been knocking down honky tonks. He's been taking names and kicking ass. We have got Brad Harden on the FretJob next week.
Yeah,
so we have.
Man, I hope that goes well. I hope we actually get to pull this one off, because I'm excited about it, man. I think it'll be a great episode.
Man, Brad is you just don't understand. He is kicking down doors of honky tonks and taking names and kicking ass. Brad
he's a
incredible.
great musician, man. And
yes.
I love it every time we've had a guest, man. It's been my favorite episodes when we had a guest. I think that's what we do best. But you know, it's hard to get a guest every single episode, you know, it's not like this is all we do. We got day jobs. So, but I think it'll be a great episode to have another guest. And I'm wanting to pull together another guest after that one. And, you know, I said something about it the other day. You know, last time we talked to Dave Strumfeld, he was getting ready to go to Nashville last time we had him on, and now he's been there for a while. So I'd really like to check in on him and try to pull that together after we do the Brad episode. And that's my favorite stuff we do, man, is having people on here that love music just like we do and seeing where music's taking them. Because Brad's got a story to tell. I mean, he's been, like you said, he's been in and out of all these different venues and played for a ton of people, man.
He's opened for, he's played for Brantley Gilbert, Jimmy Allen, Moonshine Bandits, a lot of big names.
This is a good musician. This is a guy that's got thousands of followers.
20,000 to be exact.
He's got 20,000 followers. I mean, he fills up every joint that he goes in. He fills it up, man.
And he's playing this Thursday at Los Rodeos.
Los Rodeos. Yeah, if y'all want to hear some good country music, and he's not really bound to just country. He's got a really rock edge to him.
And speaking of the devil, Miss Lisa Harden, Brad, the reason Brad's so talented, the birth giver of Mr. Harden.
Give her some cred.
She birthed a star, if you didn't know, Miss Harden.
Yeah, I think he's going places, and I think he'll make a good guest for our show.
This is what I'm going to say, and somebody else quoted the same thing. I give it another year and a half, and you'll see Brad standing on that circle. Because I guarantee you, more than anybody that is up there, and you listen now, everybody that's on here, you've heard it here at the FretJob first. Brad Harding is going to be country's next big thing. A, he's genuinely honest about who he is. B, he's an incredibly great guy. And C, the fact of the matter is he's just got a God-gift talent.
And he's a nice guy. I mean, like, I'll give you an example. Brandon's student, Ava C. I mean, she is going to be a good artist, man. She already is. Like I said earlier, she hit the ground running. It's not like she had a long curve of learning. I mean, this girl took right off. And Brad, you know, one of the first shows she played was with him. You know, she opened for him. And I think that was just really nice to be supportive of a young artist that's coming up. And it's just a good guy, man. I look forward to that episode. So,
yeah, for sure. I mean, that's
fast talking, LOL. See you next show. All right, Rick, man. We'll see you next week, buddy.
Richard, did you go down to the Grundy County auctions? Why are you talking so fast?
And he also said the name of Jerry's guitar was Tiger. That's awesome. I did not know that. Anyway, man, great episode today.
Yeah.
Even better next week.
We knocked it out of the park. So forget about it.
Y'all be here next week, 10 o'clock. Brad Harden. You know, as long as the creeks don't rise or something, we should have Brad Harden on here. So I hope you all are here to see it.
Yeah,
we'll be
Colby
here.
said love hearing the guitar talk. Wish we had another hour. Colby, before we go, I want you to tell us the guitar that you picked up and played that really surprised, electric guitar I picked up and played that really surprised you when you picked it up.
The sleeper.
Yes.
The one that you didn't think you would like.
The one you picked up and you were like, oh my goodness, I did not expect this. Walking through the honky tonk, there she was, boots and okay.
Schecter, Damien 6. All right, man. Appreciate it, Colby. Thanks, everybody, for coming out.
Yeah, make sure you share. Let everybody know. We want to pack the house like we did this week, man. It was incredibly fun. I love having a packed house in here and having all you guys following along. Make sure you tell everybody you know about the FretJob podcast. And I'm Brandon. And
I'm Jonathan. We'll be here picking on each other next week.
All right.
See you guys.